Arlo, have you decided where you wanted, like, how you wanted to join? Like, what favor or whatever did you get involved in with this monument crew?
El Toro, when he was younger, he was a slave. Eventually winning his freedom through gladiatorial combat. But all of his people, his fellow gladiators, he could not free without further assistance. That is the favor for which he sold himself, and for which he now will continue to pay for, so long as he can continue helping his former gladiator family be free.
And so Arlo's character, and what did you say your character's name was again?
El Toro Gigante.
All right, El Toro.
And the fig that I have is not that impressive because I don't have any minotaurs in my collection. So I picked something that I'd be able to spot on the battlefield fairly well.
All right, so now, and so you did the deal with the deal maker. Is that what you're thinking for freedom?
Yeah.
So the deal
not for my own,
not for your own, for your people.
Mm-hmm.
So, so El Toro is fulfilling a favor to the deal maker, and she's assigned him to come and help you with your task. Many of your crew has been stricken down by plague and are currently being attended by the best healers, and hopefully will make a full recovery. But in the meantime, things have been happening. Certain things that were long-standing traditions or beliefs have started to evaporate. So the memory of them is gone, and Death noticed that that even the Hogfather, this world's version of Santa Claus, has disappeared, and so he's currently filling in for the Hogfather, so that children don't lose faith and further erode what's holding the universe together. So but he's come across a lead, and he thinks he knows. He doesn't know if it's Dibbler or the person who now has Dibbler's memories, but he was able to track down the person, because when the rest of the group went to the city to find Anu and to try to rescue Bonnie, the entire city was gone, but plague was waiting. And so that's what befell the rest of the group. But now with this only lead, you know, because if Dibbler's out, then is the rest of the city with him, or did he somehow manage to escape? And if so, how? So whether it's the duplicate that has Dibbler's memories, that's still valuable. He knows information about the town and just about every escape route from every place that there is, because it's one thing that Dibbler does. He always knows the exits. So we start the game over here, crossing the bridge and meeting the town guard, who greets everyone and asking what they're doing, the city of Port Crystal. And so we begin. You are met by an absolute tank of a person who seems to be probably the champion or the captain of the guard, or something to that effect. So a person with a booming, deep voice, and this person is easily over 7 foot tall. And I mean, he's you wouldn't be surprised if he's over 300 pounds of just rippling muscle over what looks like someone had to put a few suits of armor together in order to make one suit for him. So each breastplate is probably a medium-sized shield for a person, and things like that. So
the booming voice, state your business.
I'm here on a quest.
quest.
Yes, I have a debt that must be paid off, and I'm here to do that.
You're all here to pay off some sort of a debt, like a bookie or.
I do not know what their reasons are. I assume they are good.
So he's talking to you guys, Carrie and Brian.
Yeah. Brian?
I am wisely going to keep my mouth shut because I'm role-playing bound to say the wrong thing.
El Toro wishes to know, is there need for me to have a reason other than a quest?
Well, I don't know what sort of quest you're having in my town. There's not exactly dragons to slay or ogres to vanquish, if you know what I mean. There, Mr. Tight Pants.
Oh, El Toro does not slay dragons, or El Toro captures dragons, puts them in various painful locks and makes them submit.
Well, good luck with that. We do have an excellent insane asylum if you want to have the doc take a look upstairs there.
El Toro is fine with his mask remaining on. His cape billows.
Can you tell me the direction to this insane asylum? Just in case we need it for this guy?
Well, it's straight that way, ma'am. It's you go all the way through town, and it's just before the river.
Very well, that shall be the reason that you have for me being here. I shall go to this insane asylum. He starts walking past the guard.
Don't you start any trouble in my town.
Were El Toro to choose to start trouble, your warning would not be sufficient to prevent it. But I appreciate you engaging. And he continues walking.
Turn around and wave as we walk past him. Don't worry, we will.
Now you enter the marketplace.
By the way, I don't know if I described my character to you guys. I am a large bull luchador with a billowing cape and a leather mask that hides my face almost completely, except for my glowing eyes. And I'm in, tights. I carry no visible weapons, but I have a pair of broken shackles attached to my waist, just dangling to the side, and a sheathed dagger, but that's more utilitarian than anything.
You show us the first. Yeah.
And for your information as well, Quentin is a dwarf. He's kind of a dwarven cross between Han Solo and Jed Clampett. He wields a couple of hand crossbows and wears a tinfoil hat underneath his holier than thou hat, and I mean holier in the non-ironic sense. And the only part of his ensemble that looks not threadbare and worn is the very dark flowing cloak that follows him, and you almost think it might move on its own, but you're not quite sure.
I'm Molly. I'm human. I like orphans.
El Toro was an orphan.
We can be friends.
So you hear the sounds of the city and the marketplace. People are calling out to you, trying to hawk their various different wares as your group proceeds through the town. And the first is the cloth merchant.
selling his wares. Come, see my wares. I have the finest of silks and satins, and I have denim. Denim, the very highly prized material that these new state-of-the-art things like jeans and denim jackets are made out of.
Tell me of this denim. How quickly could you procure articles of clothing for me?
Well, I could. Do you want shirts, pants, overalls?
The pants will be fine.
Well, I could make you a pair of pants in your size. You could have it this afternoon. The very finest with little steel rivets that help hold it together. A separate little pocket that can hold your watch.
How much for a tuxedo?
An entire tuxedo? Well, I haven't had such a request before, and that would take a lot of the very valuable and prized denim material. I would probably say that would be 30 gold. Your pants, sir, I'll do it for 1.
Let me rephrase that. A dwarven-sized tuxedo.
Oh, okay, 10.
I will acquire a pair of these pants made of denim. He hands over a gold.
And so takes a bite of it, and he's like, by the end of day, sir, you will have your pants. Your tuxedo will take a bit longer, and he's measuring you guys. As he walks around you, he's writing with like a charcoal pencil on his arm, and he's calling out to his assistant, and assistant's scribing down measurements and things like that. And even as you guys are walking away, you feel a tape measure going around you're like your head and your wrist and things like that. He seems to come out of nowhere. We should go over, and then all of a sudden a tape measure is going down your arm.
Do you need any contact information? I would not want my clothing to go to the wrong person.
Oh, I don't think I'll mistake anyone else for you, sir. But
It is El Toro. I have come to this city. You may feel at ease now.
El Toro, the wrestler.
Indeed.
And he's like, I have your card.
Champion of Antioch.
I've collected them all. Could you sign it?
Yes.
And so you sign it, and he's like, your pants, sir, shall be free of charge.
No. All labor is of value. You shall keep the gold coin, but donate a pair of pants to an orphan.
It will be done. Oh, no, he wanted that figure.
Oh,
Yeah,
alright.
he wanted me to, because he liked that one better.
okay.
So, all right, and so the next you come across is there is a goblin, which are famous for employing beer golems to help them with their labors. They make some of the finest spirits, scrumble, and all kinds of various different liqueurs and things like that, like the absinthe for instance, and that's what they're selling at this particular moment. He's like, hey, free samples of absinthe. Would you like to try some?
It's
I
about
think
time you two got over here. I've been waiting for you.
What did you say, Brian? I didn't fully hear you.
I was talking to El Toro and Molly and giving them a hard time about how long it took them to make their way to the beer golem.
Oh, because he was already there.
Oh, then yeah. So you're at the beer golem there. Hey, free samples of absinthe. Would you like to try some?
It's
I
about
think
time you two got over here. I've been waiting for you.
Well, what did you say, Brad? I didn't fully hear you.
I was talking to El Toro and Molly and giving them a hard time about how long it took them to make their way to the beer golem.
Oh, because he was already there.
Oh, then yeah. So you're at the beer golem there. Well, a little bit so we can see a little bit better there, and we have there are high things. I'm gonna have to rig something for this. So there you go. You get the idea of the beer golem guy. You know,
Like the swinging goblin.
and he's
Does he have any more of that backwards time beer?
Yeah, where I'm fresh out. I don't have any. I got like I got some absinthe. It'll like you'll trip your you'll trip your I can't say in mixed company. You'll trip something off.
All right, I'll give it a try, but as long as you get some more of that time beer yesterday.
You know,
Do you have it yesterday?
well, no, it doesn't work that way. See, because I ran out of it tomorrow. Yeah, so I don't have it right now.
Well, that's why I'm asking. Are you going to get any in yesterday?
Well, I did, but I ran out of it tomorrow. You just missed it.
I'll settle for the absinthe then.
All right. So here's your sample, and if you like it, here's a bottle of it. And that's 2 for 1 gold.
El Toro thinks 241 gold sounds a bit excessive.
No, two bottles for one gold.
El Toro apologizes. He was confused. El Toro is still confused, but by other things, and he's sniffing it again. Looks at the dwarf. You willfully ingest this?
Yeah, I know. There's this like one guy. He like takes it and he writes all kinds of like weird dark poems and stuff. Yeah. He swears by the stuff.
You ought to try some.
El Toro will try some, but not here. And so he hands over 5 silver pieces. I will take 1 bottle for trying of later.
Okay. And so he can give you a bottle. He goes, come back anytime, Well, not past 6 because we're not allowed to sell alcohol past 6. So anytime, not past 6.
What if it's past 6 yesterday?
Oh, then I probably would have had that drink you wanted.
Hey, we're actually looking for a friend of ours. Do you remember the merchant, Mr. Dibbler? He was there last time we met.
That guy, he sells like the broken magic items and stuff.
That would be him.
I don't remember seeing him. He's usually like working one of the corners or getting chased by a guard or something.
Well, if you happen to run across him, will you let us know?
Oh, yeah, sure. And so as you guys continue on, there's various other different people hawking their wares. There's the blacksmith, which the sound of the hammer is ringing, on steel as he makes his various different blades and items. And he's calling out, I make the finest blades and use only the highest quality steel. If you buy a sword from me, it'll be the last sword you'll ever need. And if you are not interested in that, there's the fish merchant and the fortune teller. She has cards laid out on the table, and she's, I'll tell you your fortunes. And she goes, you're a Taurus, no?
Yes.
See, Madame Lou knows all.
Do not read my El Toro's fate, witch, without his permission. How much?
Well, I saw on the cards that you would give me your permission, so that's why I did it.
Clever.
And so she goes, well, if it's just your future, 3 gold pieces. 5, and I'll do the whole group.
Done. I'll pay
Is this of
My
legitimate
treat.
value?
my treat.
Very well. We shall learn our fortunes.
But you have to use my deck.
Sir, I've attuned myself to my own particular deck. I'm not.
That's why I don't trust it.
So you want to use your deck?
Small man.
Either that or I'll read our fortune alongside her and I'll point out when she gets stuff wrong.
Okay.
Small man, you are not paying for it. Do not worry. This is all for research. None shall be applied directly, much like most research.
Yes, you are wise man. This other one I see in the cards. He's envious. Yes. No, don't bother. The envious smaller man. I see.
He does seem the envious type.
There is peril in your future. You are seeking something. No, someone. Yes, you are seeking someone. And she's flipping over the cards. And very odd. It's like you're not sure who you're looking for, though you know the person. I'm sorry, I must be getting my cards confused for some reason. There's, let me try again. So she goes, I just keep getting the same thing. You're looking for someone that you know, but you don't know this person.
See, I told you should have used my cards.
And then he goes, that person's in great danger. They're, and if you do not save them, then they will, expire before the next moon.
Which woman? Tell me where this person is so that I may prevent their death.
I have the card of the bound man. He seems to be bound somewhere. He is close by. And he is sought by someone powerful. I'm sorry, that's all the cards will tell me.
Where might they find people?
Molly gives her a tip. Thank you for your time. We actually appreciate the information you've given us.
Yes, come back anytime. Madame Lou will read your fortune, tell you of your whether you'll have kids and what what their names will be and their genders and such. For I know all. I can even give lotto numbers sometimes if you're interested. By the way, I sell lotto tickets if you're you're interested.
How many times have you won the lottery?
Oh, My gift doesn't work to benefit me. It can only work to benefit others.
Ah, okay. How many times has your husband won the lottery?
6.
Good odds.
Yes, and he was put in prison. They thought he had some sort of a racket going.
Aha! I caught you.
What?
I caught
You
you,
are
ally,
at risk.
because if you're trying to sell us lottery tickets, then that would benefit you, and we won't win.
Small person. El Toro needs to point out that the selling of the lottery tickets and the gift of foresight are not the same thing. Much like how my right hand often has no idea what my left hand has done for the day.
Yeah, she's like,
Foresight, 5-sight.
called a side hustle.
I will buy one of these well, a moment. He looks inside of that little money pouch. How much is a lottery ticket?
Well, you can for silver, you can get the one that could give you 500 gold, but you can go a gold and get what we call a Powerball ticket.
Hmm.
I'll buy 10.
You're gonna buy 10 Powerball tickets?
Uh-huh.
All right, so she gives you 10 Powerball.
Molly grew up on the streets. That's one of her vices is.
Gambling.
Mhm.
Small woman. This gambling side of things is not wise. You should instead pay for the numbers that will win first. How much to tell me the winning numbers?
And she goes, that will be if for which one, the Powerball, or do you want the
I would like both sets of numbers so that I win all of it.
Oh, well, that's probably gonna be like 30 gold for both.
And how much will I win if I win all of it?
Well, if you win both, then you could let's see, between the 500 or whatever, you could win 3,000 gold. Unless nobody wins this week, in which case that will roll over to the next. And then the pot will get bigger.
Will someone win this week?
Well, nobody's paid me for the numbers yet, so I don't know.
I just paid about Powerball tickets.
Yeah.
While I would like to join you in this investment opportunity, I unfortunately do not feel that I can part with that much gold so soon. I will just take a ticket, please. And he hands over another gold.
Okay, so it takes a ticket. And
do I write my own numbers down?
On the Powerball one, you can. And so after her and the fish seller and things like that, there's in front of the local tavern, there's there is a statue sort of erected, and there seems to be worshipers that are in front of the statues, and they're whipping themselves with flails type things.
Not again.
And you can hear the sounds coming from inside the tavern of drinking and merriment and whatnot. And I'm not sure if you guys are road weary and parched, or if you wish to continue.
We are here to find this Dibbler fellow, correct?
Correct.
I have not met the Dibbler that I know of. Does he frequent taverns?
Not usually.
Could be
He has a tendency to avoid places where people can find him.
So he would not run up a tab. It is unlikely he is being held until he does dishes.
No, but he would be outside it selling to people coming out of the bar.
But the witch lady said that he is, as of right now, tied.
Bound, yeah.
Let us circle the tavern and see if we find any bodies bound. Perhaps one of them will be his.
So you circle the tavern and you don't find you don't find Dibbler, but you do run into, as you're going to the side, you do run into a nice young lady. She's incredibly friendly. And she wants to know if you'd like to go back to her place.
We are seeking someone they are acquainted with. I do not believe. Do you bind people at your place?
You know, oh, love. It's an extra charge, but certainly.
Perhaps this would be wise. How many people do you currently have bound at your place?
Oh, I would say the other gals are probably, out of the gents there, probably 2 or 3. I imagine are probably, bound or gagged or something in some way.
El Toro, this is not the path to find our friend.
Hey, Molly, I think this El Toro guy might be a little horny.
I sharpen them regularly.
Oh, you guys are killing me tonight.
Perhaps we will stop by later if other pursuits do not yield their friend, but they say they do not think he is there. And I will trust them, for I have not met him.
All right, but just so you know, I charge more for a group rate.
Oh, we are not wishing to be bound. We are seeking bound people.
Oh, well, okay, I can have a price list if you want to tie me up too.
I feel we are not communicating.
I would agree with you, El Toro. We should move on and find someone else to communicate with.
It was very nice meeting you. We shall move on, but I shall return if we are unsuccessful.
And she's like, later, sugar, and for some reason she's sticking her leg out of a slit in her dress, and you're thinking, in this weather, that's probably rather cold.
This lady obviously needs new clothing.
Yes.
How it became damaged in such a strangely specific way, I must assume combat. This is what I muttered to the two of you, by the way. Well, not mutter, but
Yeah.
And Maisie's like, that lady who couldn't afford a lot of clothing was nice.
Yeah, she's really good at the old back and forth.
So as you guys, continue on, roll me a perception check as you pass the altar.
I was not able to find my dice, so I can.
We need the extra dice for
these.
And a dice
Yes.
tower, which
I don't really need one. Although the does it have a catch tray?
no.
So the dice won't travel far. Okay.
But I can lend you this cash, right?
I actually have a bunch of dice trays that I should have just brought over. They're basically that one that Gary has. Oh, or this one. Well, that didn't go well. 8.
15.
Well, 15, and Brian, what did you get?
14.
And don't we add something to
Yeah,
Very
there's,
easy.
yeah, oh, and Maisie.
perception check? So I actually got 15 or 18.
Maisie got a 20. Right?
She's observant.
Natural 20 or 20?
Now natural 20.
Oh, okay.
I
So
got
it's the total.
18, so
So, well, anyway, so between, somebody's going to draw somebody's attention to it. And what you see is that this particular statue is of a new.
Would El Toro have ever encountered a new?
You you know, from talking with the deal maker and things like that, that she's someone that you might have to fight if you encounter her type thing. So you know her as the threat to this group that you're supposed to try to help and protect. And yeah, so these worshipers are now worshiping anew.
What do you think, Maisie? We should come
What?
back later after these guys are gone and maybe take that statue down, huh?
Was the statue always anew, or did it change the way we were going around the corner?
No, it was always, you just didn't fully notice because she has herself garbed up as some sort of almost like an angelic figure, like a goddess of death and destruction type thing.
Okay.
You've seen similar figures before, and they were the ones who promised to free the living of the bounds of mortality so they can be free to go off and be one with the universe, basically chaos gods of destruction type thing. And so these people are there worshiping her, praying for the end of the world.
Okay, so Molly's gonna interrupt one of them and ask them to please enlighten her on their deity that they are worshiping.
You haven't heard the good word of anew?
I have not. Please tell me more.
We are bound by our bodies of flesh. We are condemned to sin and pain and suffering, to go to the next life and perhaps burn eternally for these sins that we cannot help, these lustful feelings and desires and anger and all these things. She will make us brand new, free of sin. We will be perfected. And all we have to do is believe in her and stop believing this lie that is around us. This world isn't real. Our flesh, it doesn't matter. And he scrapes his arm and, blood comes from it,
Who first told you of this anew?
The word is spreading. The preacher came and told us of anew, and he prophesied of the thinning of places in the world, and it has come to pass. I saw the great mountain that was up on the hill or up, there to the east, all of a sudden disappear. And it is a empty void.
Haha. City.
El Toro has it on good authority that there is an asylum at the end of this road that may assist you.
I don't need to help, brother. Perhaps you do. Come join now, and she remake you anew.
I am El Toro.
But you will be better. You will be free of sin, perfected.
You presume that El Toro sins?
We all sin, brother.
El Toro does not sin. El Toro is a paragon. For if I am not, I shall lead astray those who follow my path.
All right, so
In fact, at this point,
yep.
I want to pay one of I have a small stack of my trading cards, and I'm just going to hand one to him.
And he goes, is this one of those wrestling cards?
You speak of such a noble art with disdain? Steps back, sits down his pack. Come, I shall teach you the joys and pains of learning to be subdued by a greater man.
And he goes, and I will have to teach you respect for the goddess anew. And so he runs at you.
Okay.
Okay,
Are we
so
rolling initiative or?
oh yeah, it's rolling initiative. Okay.
Where did I put that? Okay. 9 or oh my god, 10. You gave me a cursed die.
And
It hasn't rolled above 8.
Give you another set.
so let's see. He is going on 12,
Okay.
right? And what did you say you were going on?
10.
10. Okay, he's going on 12. Anybody else getting in on this, or you're just gonna let him do his thing?
Like,
I'm on
same.
7. sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I guess I should roll in case I want to do something.
You can put me on 17, Gary.
12 and your 10 and your which is going on 17.
I'm 9
You're
if I decide I want to, no.
And where's Maisie?
and no, I'm getting to Maisie.
All right, I'm just going to remind you so you don't forget.
Gotcha. That's fine. And 6. So Maisie is going on 8. Okay, so Mr. Quinton, you actually can go first. Your friend is being charged by by a zealot.
Yep, so I'm just going to take an inconspicuous step and a half forward and stick my leg out in front of him as he's charging. Since he seems pretty focused, I'm pretty confident he's just going to trip right over my leg and fall. Or better yet, not just my leg, maybe just have Steve stretch out a nice long appendage.
Okay, he notices the appendage. And make an attack roll with Steve to trip him. He's in a dex check for him to try to get over it.
Oh, I don't think we never set up actual stats for Steve. Should I just use mine?
Yeah, just use yours.
Okay. In that case, I hit 24.
Okay, you managed to trip him. So this zealot slides into home base, if you would, which is at the bottom of your feet, because he comes running at you with a flail, and now he's face down into the dirt. And so now the zealot is in the prone position, and he uses his movement to, well, he already used his movement, and that's gone. So basically he can stand up but can't take any actions because his movement was ground. So now El Toro.
Okay, El Toro grabs him.
Mhm.
Well, actually, should I punch him first? I'm gonna.
I think you gotta tag me first.
Are you close enough? Which one's you?
I'm the big gold dwarf with
This
the
doesn't
giant.
feel right unless the other zealots get involved.
The other zealots are currently worshiping.
So instead, I'm just going to. Yeah, I'm just going to put him. I'm just going to grab him.
Okay.
So let's see. This is versus it's a strength athletics versus athletics or acrobatics.
Yes. So I'm gonna do athletics for him, but he's not gonna have a bonus. It's gonna be a straight die roll. And I got a 13.
I got a 30.
You got a 30, so you win.
Oh, and I haven't been. No, that's only if I'm pushing him. Okay. Then as my second action, I'm actually going to do a shove action to throw him to the ground. Throw him to the whoa. Let's see, shoving a creature, it's a special attack. Same thing, strength, athletics versus either dexterity or athletics or acrobatics.
12.
Wow. And this one I do get an advantage on, so. That one is 28.
28. So you're just shoving him. What did you say you're doing again?
He's grappled and prone.
Okay. So you wrestle him to the ground,
Yes.
right? And the camera focus is better if it has a like backdrop there. So he's down on the ground. Maisie takes the folding chair that that the fortune teller had, and she comes running over. Right, is it her turn? No, it's actually Molly, you go first.
I'm just laughing at them. I'm not joining in the
Okay.
fray yet. This is too funny.
And then on Maisie's turn, you see her coming over with a chair that's bigger than her, and she's like, ah!
El Toro looks, this was entirely unnecessary. He is under control.
And now she's on top of the chair, jumping up and down. He's going, ah!
So describe Maisie to me. I'm
Maisie's she's like a 6 going on 7-year-old halfling, so she's up to
quarterling. She's a quarterling.
She's quarterly.
quarterly. She's up to like basically their knees type thing,
I'm not sure how she dragged the chair over.
yeah.
I have a toddler. It's amazing what they can do. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just think of your toddler as Maisie.
And it was a folding chair that an old lady
Yeah.
designed.
But she's like
so
a
it's like,
6-year-old, but she's an orphan, so we kind of watch that.
And she has a murderous black heart that would rival Wednesday Addams.
Yeah, she joined your group because of murdering hobos. So she literally wants to go murder hobos.
She
I
read
thought
that.
she was being chased by hobos that were like on a murder spree.
No, she read that Heroes, because she her read about heroes, and her mom said, they're nothing but murder hobos, and so she was like, I want to become one of those heroes and murder these hobos. I'm not sure what they did, but I'm sure they have it coming. Is this one of the things she said? So, and so the guy's like, get her off me. I submit. Mercy, good sir. Mercy, good sir.
You gotta tap out, man.
And so yeah, he taps. He's like, mercy, sir.
On my turn, I let him go and
Okay.
even pick him up and set him on his feet. And I will, with my free hand, grab the extremely small humanoid
Mhm.
and just pick her up and hold her back.
And so she was trying to pick up rocks to throw at him when you did that. You're like, hey.
Hey, Mr. Worshipper guy, you gotta give Maisie your belt now.
My belt. What are you talking about?
She did somehow get in the last blow in this contest, but I do not think it was a belt match.
He's like, yeah, give me your belt. You give it to me right now.
I shall give you one of my belts, young child, and then you shall be able to hold up your pants with pride and showing that you have prowess in the art of physical subdual.
So, well, anyway, the guy is kind of freaked out. He takes off his belt as he runs away, and he's holding up his pants though, because otherwise they're going to fall down. They're a little bit large, as he's running back, home type thing. And then
Headed toward the asylum.
He comes over and takes her chair. And then you got what? You're heading towards the asylum. Is that what you said?
No, I asked if he was headed toward the asylum.
No, he just kind of just runs, runs off.
Is he still carrying his flail? Or did he drop it?
Yeah, we'll say he dropped the flail. He couldn't hold his pants up and the flail.
These are dangerous things. I put it in my pack. We shall find a good repository for it. Maybe I should take their flails as well. They seem to be harming themselves with them. Poor training, no doubt.
That's a good idea. You do that.
Excuse me, sir. Good sir.
And how can we help you? Wishing to hear the good word of a new?
Not particularly. I think that perhaps you have been trained poorly on how to use the flail, and until you have taken the proper courses, I feel I must take it from you to prevent you from harming yourself. And reach out to grab it.
That is mine, sir. I will call the guard, and you will be arrested for theft.
No, I shall not take it. I'm just merely holding it until we can go through a rigorous training course.
And so there is a guard that's just happens to be walking by, and he, guard,
He's trying to steal my property. Piss off, you nutter. So he doesn't seem to be too concerned with helping the zealot.
Is there a training ground within this city?
You know, we have a shrine to our goddess here. This is where we train. We train for the afterlife to prepare our souls. So she will rewrite us. We are just bad first drafts.
Oh, sure.
Perhaps you do not understand perhaps you do not understand what training means. It is where you improve upon yourself.
Yes, improve the mind by letting go of all these rules that hold the universe together so it can collapse and be remade anew.
And this somehow improves your mind?
Yes.
There is a place down at the end of this street called an asylum that I have it on good authority is quite good. Shall we take you there?
No, brother, I must continue my prayers. I must worship for at least 6 hours. Before then I fast for 12.
And then sleep for the remainder?
Yeah, well, then I have to actually work as a washing dishes in the tavern.
You have a job that is gainful employment. Slaps him on the back hard. Good for you.
and so yeah, so he's
I am so glad that they do not disparage those without proper mental facilities and prevent them from having jobs in this town.
Hey, friend, when was this statue built?
Oh, it was just recently, erected. I say it wouldn't haven't been here longer than 2 weeks, John? Yeah, I'd say it's about 2 weeks. My cousin, he had it carved out of marble. Yeah, he got commissioned the whole gig and everything. Yeah.
Is it actually solid marble from appearance?
Yeah.
And when did you guys learn about Anu?
Oh, a preacher came through and was prophesied before some of these events happened a few weeks ago. Said that there was going to be that the fabric of the universe would be torn, and that the fates themselves would die at the hands of Anu and her power, and that we could see the signs for things would start. The world would start to become thin, and things would start to vanish and unmake themselves. And it came to pass, and that's when we were the believer, when we saw the mountain disappear.
Well, not to interrupt you there, friend, but that's pretty much what happens when you drink too much beer.
No,
you weren't just drunk when you saw that.
We must keep our bodies pure, so Anu will find us worthy.
But you're damaging your bodies?
We're teaching ourselves that our bodies aren't real.
You're
So-
contradicting yourself.
You're keeping
Yeah, if they're not real, why do they need to be pure?
you're keeping imaginary things pure.
Well, he's got us on that one, and it's like, I don't have a good answer for you, except you have to have faith.
I do.
Yes.
Why?
And it's like, so why do we have to have faith again? Because the preacher told us we have to have faith. It's the most important thing. Yes, because the preacher who prophesied said we have to have faith.
And
This is
By-
oh, go ahead.
by having this faith, what does it do?
It's Anu will find us worthy, and then rather than just delete us, she's gonna make us better. So
So we can be in the new world that she makes. But if we're not loyal to her, then she'll, I guess we just won't get remade in the next world.
So you have full belief that by damaging your imaginary body, this will make a person you've never met happy because of a man that came by and told you to build a statue.
Yes, now you get it, brother.
It all makes perfect happened.
Did
Gotcha.
the creature have a name?
Yes. Do you remember the name of that creature from one place?
I'll never forget what's his face.
I can look it up.
Yeah, you'd have to look at it because I don't remember, but it's that name, so you remember the name.
Can you describe what he looks like?
So he described him as very charismatic, you know, type thing. He said he used to follow the a different path and used to be part of the guiding light church, but then he saw the true religion.
Yeah, that's more his personality. What did he physically look like?
So he describes him, you know, like dirty blonde hair, tall, thin, good looking.
Okay, basically, I was asking to see what was Dibbler's.
Oh, it wasn't Dibbler,
Okay.
you know, type thing.
Because we still don't know if we're looking at Dibbler's body or Dibbler's mind.
Gotcha. And so the zealots, you know, are leaving because they've worshipped at the statue. Now they're going for their personal prayers, but they wish you luck. And if you reconsider, they hand you these pamphlets, these tracts, they call them, you know, about the good word of, you know, of anew.
Someday with luck, I shall wrestle anew.
Well, as you proceed through town, there's the inn that you could get lodgings for the night if you wish. It's not nighttime yet, but it is getting close to mealtime, and so I would say it's probably around 5 o'clock, type thing. And since it's this particular time of the year, the sun hasn't set, but it's getting a little bit lower in the sky.
Well, before this river becomes an ocean, I think we should get something to eat.
It would seem unlikely that we will find this Dibbler before nightfall. I agree. We should acquire food and safe lodging.
And you could go back and visit that young lady behind the tavern if you'd like. I'm sure she's waiting for you.
I will first do a vigilant search, but should I not find this tied up Dibbler, then we may have to go and find that young lady again, as she knows of many who are tied.
Others that need to be saved. But now, do you want to go to the inn and sleep for the night? Because this is I should call it a hostel. It's a place where you sleep.
No. We are not sleeping. Not after what happened last time.
The Admiral's Arms Hostel, or like there's the bar, which is called the Drunken Goat.
Let's go back to the Drunken Goat and get some food.
An adjective noun. Normally I state verbing nouns.
Well, if you guys are going to the Drunken Goat type thing, the
Hey, nice hat, fella.
well, and so he turns. And he's like, "Thanks. Where you guys from? Yeah, kind of a motley crew here."
Does he have a whip on his hip?
Yes.
Awesome.
Well, I'm from a place you would never have heard of.
I don't know. I've been all over this rock we call home.
Exactly.
You know, what about you, dwarf?
Well, I was from the mountain, but apparently these zealots told me that it disappeared, so I don't think I have a home anymore. Wait, that makes me an orphan. What do I get, Molly?
You know,
El Toro would like to correct you.
Here's a teddy bear.
You are homeless, not orphaned.
well, he goes, well, my sympathies for the loss of your home. So we got from parts unknown, we got the mountain that disappeared, and let's see.
I was a slave.
You can call me the green bastard if it makes you feel better.
I was taken to many places, though I hear my family birthed me upon the steppes in the colder regions.
Well, I'm a seeker of lost items, you could say. I'm kind of a detective in a sense.
We are too seeking something that is lost, though not an item, a person who is bound.
Oh, I do more items. I'm not a private investigator. If you're looking for like a cheating spouse or whatever.
Well, the person that we're looking for
No,
actually is really good at coming up with lost items.
And he had no spouse.
You know, I'm not sure how how I could help you with locating a person. It's not really my specialty, but you can sit and eat with me if you want. I was just about ready to order some food. You can tell me of your tales. Oh, by the way, your child, you might want to get her. She's on the second purse she's stealing over there. So people are.
Which of you is responsible for the child?
As you turn around, Maisie's up here and she's cutting off this guy's purse right now.
well, since her normal keeper is down with the plague, I go over and grab the scuff of her neck and pull her away.
You know,
Yeah, I'm definitely not responsible because I probably would have.
You encourage her.
I would have
Enable
shown her
her.
how to improve her technique.
mhm.
Who in their right mind gave us a child?
Oh, it gets worse. She has a knife.
Yeah, and she goes, "Hey, it's okay. Quentin showed me how to do it."
Knowing how is important, but knowing when is even more important.
Wise words, El Toro. Molly, Maisie, take note.
He's actually looking at a fortune cookie that he had.
Oh.
And so now Maisie's sitting on one of the stools, and so she's like, ooh, I don't know what this is, but I want one of those, and I want one of those. And the guy behind the counter is like, I gotta see some coin, kid. And she's like, is this enough? She puts a big pile of coins on the table. And he's like, yeah, that'll just cover it. So yeah.
Okay. 4 flagons of ale and whatever these guys want.
She's like, oh, I'll have a flagon of ale.
Yeah, I don't even notice what's going on.
And so
Molly's like, you'll have a flagon of grape juice like you always do.
and so yeah, so she gets her grape juice, and she's got a whole like meal getting set out in front of her. She's got like hot wings and mashed potatoes and all kinds of different things like that.
And so you guys have your your various different drinks and stuff like that are coming.
So what's our new friend's name?
Your new friend is Fletcher.
Oh, we named the dog Fletcher.
And he goes, and Fletcher, John Fletcher. And he goes, so you're looking for somebody. So who is this person? They owe you money, they steal from you, they cheat, lie, swindle, get somebody pregnant.
From
Well,
what I have heard, all but the last.
he sells marvelous wares and we are need to set him up in shop so he can continue his career path.
He's a close personal friend.
We are seeking him to aid him? I am confused. I thought we were apprehending someone who had taken things from those who hired us.
No, we're apprehending the people who have taken our friend from us.
And then letting the friend go free to be apprehended again. I see.
Well, usually he's pretty good at taking care of himself.
And so it looks like a reporter and a photographer has come up and started talking to John Fletcher. Mr. Fletcher, I've heard you retrieve the lost stones of Shanu, and we just wanted to get a word. Hey, I'm eating right now. If you just back off, I'll give you an exclusive story. After I'm done. I've started a conversation with these people here, and I wish to finish my meal and just be left alone. Yes, but if you could just give us a comment. If you keep talking, I'm not going to tell you anything. And I haven't talked to anyone yet, so it'd be an exclusive. So why don't you run along? All right. Well, we'll wait over here. And so they're sitting at the table just staring at you guys the whole time.
Sorry, this is an out of game thing, but I just can't help myself anymore. Is that M. Bison standing behind him?
Is that what?
Is that M. Bison?
From Street Fighter series. No, he's got a sword over his shoulder.
Oh, okay.
So it looks something
Looks suspiciously like M. Bison. My apologies.
And Maisie's like, those ladies are freaking me out.
Paparazzi. Someday you too will be cursed with them as your greatness grows, and they will hound you, but you must not violently throw them through windows or walls, for that is immoral and illegal.
Well, I can I can't throw them through the window. I can stab them in the bum.
I have never addressed that particular issue, but I imagine, given the people that took me to task, it would also be frowned upon.
Well, I stabbed them in the bum because I can't reach anything else.
It is not the location of the stabbing that I think is of greatest concern.
And so that's about her max height. She's stabbing up, and she's stabbed some people in the bums.
Young child,
yes.
If you are to stab people, let's say people that you wish to prevent from harming your friends, or people that are about to burn down a church, you should always go for right here at the back of the leg, just above the heel but below the calf. There's a tendon there that, if severed, greatly inhibits their ability to run towards said church and set it on fire.
Oh, I'm not allowed to kill hobos anymore.
No, you're not.
This is generally non-lethal, and if those hobos, as you would say, are burning churches, I give you permission to stop them from burning the church. Unless it is a bad church, then they are permitted.
What if it's a new church?
She's looking at you like, Like she just got permission to do something.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, mm-hmm.
We must always act honorably and for the betterment of our fellow peoples. And he looks over at the paparazzi with like disgust in his eyes. I don't know that they're paparazzi, but he believes them to be paparazzi.
Yes, gotcha. All right, so yeah, so he's just talking about, finding all these various different, items and things like that. He's a bit of a treasure hunter type thing.
I wonder if those reporter people would know anything about our friend.
Well, you can go and talk to him if you want. Are you gonna saunter over there?
Well, if I go and saunter over there, I'm probably going to say something I shouldn't.
That's part of the fun of role playing.
In case you're not aware of it, Quentin is a rogue, and what he gave up to the deal maker is his ability to deceive.
So, Carrie, do you want to talk to them, or?
El Toro didn't give up his ability to deceive. He just never actually worked at it.
Sure, I will go over and talk to them.
Okay.
I was just thinking because, they're reporters and they pay attention to the news. Maybe there was a new noteworthy story about some crazy merchant coming into town and who knows what.
That was actually what I was just about to ask them. So there you go.
That's what you say,
Yeah.
And she's like, someone, a merchant, what's the merchant's name?
Street vendor. Dibbler.
Oh, Dibbler. Oh gosh, he's wanted for petty crimes all up and down. He's made our criminal page many a times. And she pulls out a picture. It's got Dibbler on there.
That would be him.
And this is the one we are to save?
And she goes,
yes.
Well, what can you tell me about your friend Fletcher over there? How long have you been part of his crew?
Look up at the watch. Sun. Oh.
Peek out the window.
90 seconds.
I would say 2 minutes.
And she goes, what are you looking for Dibbler for? Does he owe you money?
No, I owe him money.
Oh, well, I wouldn't worry about that.
Yeah, but he did me a good turn, so I only think it's fair to help him out where I can.
Well, as I don't know about where Dibbler is. I mean, there's some crazy person that just recently got put into the insane asylum. He was supposedly start talking about the end of the world and
yes, I met them outside.
Oh yeah, no, this is a little bit different. He was going on about it and saying that some girl was going to end everything and she trapped everybody in some town and claimed to be Dibbler. And so the police went to arrest him, but we have pictures of what he looks like and people know him, and that's not Dibbler. So they tried to get him for lying to the police, but after a while he did a truth spell and he wasn't lying, so they put him in the insane asylum.
So after all those bold warnings, why do you have a statue of her in your town now?
Listen, I didn't put the statue up. It's those zealots, and they managed to get one of their own in the planning and zoning board. And then next thing you know, this is what happens.
One was enough to sway the board?
well, there was a bunch of zealots that showed up to the meeting and they rescheduled it and everyone thought it was on a different day. And so nobody showed up except them. And so now we have to wait until the next town meeting before we can get permission to tear it down.
I see.
Never ask for permission, only forgiveness.
Unfortunately, I believe that that is what the zealots are seeking, is people who ask for forgiveness.
Yeah, so anyways, you have your you have your food, you have your drink, and people chatted up with you and whatnot, and the waitress is friendly type thing. And Maisie's really stuffed. She's got a big little belly and couldn't finish all the food, you know.
Come, little one, it is time to go and find this person who claims to be Dibbler. Will you two come as well? Excellent. He puts the quarterling on his shoulder, starts striking out.
And she's like, you know, yeah, trusted steed, yeah.
Tell me, as we're walking past like a stand or something, from where you are, can you reach that apple there?
So she can sort of like, you know.
No, she's on my shoulder, so.
Oh yeah, so it's too far down.
Excellent. Continue walking.
So as you go through town, there's a church, there's a healer's hut, which is more like, witchcraft sort of healing, herbalism, things like that. And the other one is based upon the faith in the particular church.
I have it on good authority that both should float, the church and the witch.
The church and the witch. Because they're both made out of stone, yes.
Churches.
So, but you can see up ahead at this particular point, you can see there is a what seemed to be a heavily guarded I accidentally unscrewed my thing too far, so I will have to fix that later.
You're screwed now.
Yeah. So now, as you can see up ahead, there is the insane asylum
With
and
archers on the roof?
with archers on the roof. It is, you can see a sign that's out in front of it. It says the Vandicott Psychiatric Institute for the Criminally Insane.
Well, that seems prejudicial. Only the criminally insane deserve treatment?
At this particular institute. So now, how do you guys want to proceed? Like I said, there's guards on the outside, there's archers on the roof.
Well, if you leave it up to me, we're just gonna walk right in the front door.
Yeah.
So I need to know, is this like, do we suspect this place of being shady at all? Like, have we heard anything as we wandered through town that would indicate to us that there is questionable behavior occurring?
This place is so shady, it's about to stand up.
Just well, as far as that goes, the people have mentioned the insane asylum, but they haven't mentioned it as any place that like they distrust or anything like that.
Okay, then I shall stride up to the front door.
All right, so you stride up to the front door.
I would go with them.
Go with all of us together.
I wish I had my lock. This isn't. Sometimes the cable pulls, but I just unintentionally dismantled it. And so you guys go up to the front door, and a lady comes down, and this lady is tall. Like, you're like, was that guy at the at the entrance of this place your brother or something? Because she is just a very, very tall woman. And she comes up to you and she goes, can I help you?
El Toro.
I stop you. Flip out my psych papers and say, yes, I'm Dr. Estelle here to evaluate one of your prisoners / patients.
Well, I seems to be legitimate there, signed by the Duke himself. Okay, well, I haven't heard of this. What patient are you looking for?
He claims to be a dibbler, but we can't get his real name out of him since he truly believes that he is dibbler.
Well, and that particular patient's it's sad when someone like that thinks he's the criminal, dibbler. Well, currently he's being prepped for electroshock. So
could we perhaps talk to him before he undergoes treatment?
Well, you'd probably have to hurry. The doctor should be setting up to do the procedure as we speak.
This is an institute for criminally insane, correct?
Yes.
What crime has this person confused with Dibbler done?
Well, from what I hear, I'm not sure why he would be here in particular. He just was selling some items without a permit, and I guess some royals person's kid used one of the magic items and got himself hurt, and so he's just held responsible for it.
So it is not so much he is criminally insane as he is both criminal and insane as two separate things.
I suppose I'm not a doctor. I'm just the person who keeps the people from breaking out of this place, or maybe occasionally from breaking somebody out of this place.
That is why we are here to interrogate this dibbler patient to see criminal or insane.
And we need him with a clear mind before you shock the crap out of it. So lead on.
I suggest we hurry.
So you get in the door, and you're greeted by one of the doctors who's leaving, and he's like, what is this? Who are you people?
We are seeking someone else. Are you on duty?
I'm just going off duty.
Ah, well then never mind. Have a good lunch. Goodbye. I stride right past him.
And so he calls the lady outside. Do these people have the proper papers? Yeah, it all checked out. It's signed by the Duke and everything. Those people don't look like they had doctorate degrees at all. One of them was even a female.
2.
And so you're
Hopefully they're not counting the 6-year-old.
yeah. and so they a hunchback gentleman, greetings, lords and ladies. So you are new staff here. How may I be of assistance to you?
El Toro is not new staff. El Toro is on has a mission.
Just take us to the dibbler and quick.
Oh, you sure you don't want a tour around here? We usually give new people a tour.
Nope, we're here to get to business with a dibbler is being prepped for electric shock. So if you could show us that room, that'd be awesome.
Well, okay, well, I'm Wade, and if you'll follow me this way. As he's limping, kind of away. This particular one, find one that actually has a floor. So he brings you up the winding staircase, right? So you go, up the winding staircase. And you go up a couple of levels. And then you enter the room. There's the doctor, there's another, looks like some sort of professor guy, who's looks like he's overseeing the treatment, and I don't have a good.
He looks like an ex-professor to me.
Yeah,
We
You probably should have gotten that John Fletcher on the side. He had a whip.
And so
I still have that flail that I haven't figured out what to do with.
So they have him hooked up to machines, and you can hear the machines starting to warm up. Any minute now, doctor, the machine will be at full power and we'll be able to give him the lobotomy.
I'd just march right in with all the authority in the world and just start taking disconnecting things from Dibbler.
And I go in there and say, halt.
Who are you? What is the meaning of this? This is an outrage. I will call the guards.
I just point to Molly.
I am Dr. Estelle. Have you not heard of my famous work with the criminally insane?
I certainly have not, and I, know everybody in this field.
I flash him my papers.
He's like, what? This is ludicrous. The Duke would see. The Duke would dare, interfere with my work.
So it would seem.
And just as we're chatting, I continue to just keep disconnecting whatever I can from Dibbler. Is he conscious?
No, they have him sedated.
All right, well, I'll just focus on untangling him from whatever they've got for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be my actions until something else happens.
Gotcha. Overhead's better. This particular one. And so what do you intend to do with my patient? This man is ill.
Exactly. And I'm Dr. Estelle, and I'm here to evaluate him on a more professional level.
More professional than me. I'm the authority in my field.
You saw my credentials.
This is ludicrous. Where did you do your residency?
Have you heard of the Unseen University?
Your credentials are for those wizards.
No, I'm just wondering if you
Man of science. Of course, I've heard of the Unseen University. I even saw it once.
Well, it wasn't there, it was somewhere else.
You're cheeky, but I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. I'm gonna talk to my superiors. This man needs help, and with my treatment, he'll go from the crazy, possibly.
I suggest you sit down right now and listen to what you are being told.
On intimidation.
26.
Well, there's no reason to get like that about it. There's no reason at all. We're all reasonable men here.
If you wish to play the game of who speaks loudest is the one with authority, I can win.
I'm not sure where you figure when I can go up and downstairs. And so he's like, well, okay.
Thank
So
you.
You were saying.
So now who you found is not Dibbler himself, but it's the person who's got Dibbler's memories injected into
Yeah.
him.
We
And-
would recognize him, right?
Yeah, you met the guy that got the Dibbler's memories
Yeah.
injected into him. But right now he's sedated.
This is the one.
Yes, one of the ones that we need to find. There's actually two Dibblers we need to find.
Containment is necessary. We shall take this one.
Seven 40.
Okay.
El Toro goes to pick him up and start carrying him out.
what you're I thought you were going to evaluate. You're going to take the patient?
Well, we can't evaluate him here in your facilities. You're not equipped for it.
Well, after his electric lobotomy, he won't be a harm to anybody, and then he could just get a job, maybe collecting shopping carts at a grocery store or something like that.
How are we going to further the field of science if you give him a lobotomy? Let me study him first, and then we'll talk about it.
And the guy in the wheelchair kind of wheels out and he doesn't say anything and he just leaves. It was the other guy that was, well, he looks at the wrestler guy and doesn't say anything anymore. And so you guys carry him out.
We better move a little quicker now, guys.
Yeah.
Quarantine shall be made ready. We do not want him infecting anyone else. Okay, so this is going to be bad. At least it's not. Oh, it might as well have been negative. That's a 2.
So probably wants to pull itself back now that I heard it a lot. So so when you get down and you're carrying
Dibbler's mind.
basically Dibbler's mind.
Dibbler's
But you're met at the gate by the guards who seem to have been alerted by the one who left in the wheelchair.
Did we see any other guards at the previous point in the path we took down?
Yes, there are guards walking the different halls and different things like that, as well as like you saw up top with the bows and arrows and things like that. And she said, listen, I'm sorry, I know you have papers, but my boss told me I need to detain you. He
I shall tell you, you do not. Now we're even.
and so I'm gonna have to ask you people just to stay here until the town guard is comes and your claim is disputed with the local magistrate.
I want to do something bad.
What do you want?
I hope you don't say that out loud.
No, I don't. That was an out of game comment.
Go for it, because I was about to use my ring of Colonel.
All right. So in case you guys haven't figured it out, we're gonna be rolling for initiative.
Does my preemptive, I want to do something bad, get me any kind of surprise advantage or anything like that?
Well, you told me before we did anything that you wanted to head over there. So
Yeah.
I'll allow you to go top of the order.
Awesome. And then I'll roll for an actual initiative after that.
Yeah.
Or well, after you come around to me a second time, because that wouldn't be fair.
Yep. So.
I'm debating, I'm thinking I might use plot points for special, how did you describe it in the new rules? Plot interference?
Well, it wasn't plot interference, it was, as soon as you asked, my brain leaked. But it's, so you want to do something like you want to know somebody or have some object, you can take narrative, limited narrative control is what I call it.
Oh, okay, narrative. Yeah, this is not necessarily narrative. I was going to say leaking brains is pretty close to what I'm after.
So let's see, what does the guards go on? Where'd my D20? Okay, so 15 are going to be the guards, and they're decent, so they probably have a +2 of these, so we got 17. And what's El Toro going
on? 22.
22. And then Maisie. Maisie's got a natural 20. So she's going right after Brian.
Maisie's awesome.
And then Molly.
20.
You got a 20. Okay. So and then after this, so now Ryan, you get to go first.
So as I'm walking over to Mr. Professor X there, as soon as I get within about a half a step, I just say, I heard you like lobotomies. And I lift up my crossbow and I put a quarrel right in his temple.
All right, roll me, roll your attack.
El Toro feels morally conflicted about this. Sorry, I've been watching Avatar recently. The boulder.
That would be a 23.
Okay. What damage?
All of it.
All of it. But yeah, how much damage do you do?
All the damage. The universe collapses in on the tip of that bolt.
Point.
Oh, what did you pay? Okay, what was you paying your fate point for?
No, I was gonna use my narrative point to just actually lobotomize him, but I effectively did that anyway. So.
Oh, gotcha. Well, you hit. And just tell me how much damage you do.
Not accounting for, so if it's double for headshot, that would put it at 34.
34. Okay.
That's rolling it for headshot, but considering I'm going right for the temple and
gotcha.
Attempting to lobotomize.
And so you hit and all that other stuff. So the narrative points aren't used to do like any sort of an instant kill or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it's not used for that. So save your fate point. But you hit well enough to accomplish your goal, so it doesn't matter. And what you notice happen is you see there's some creature that seems to be made out of light or something like that that's oozing out of the hole.
Oh, it's one of them.
One of them.
Out of character, can you fill me in?
You know, well, in character, you're gonna have to be filled in too. You know, because there's a lot of details you don't.
Yeah, there isn't going to be a lot of time. But...
So you saw this little like thing that almost like a little like octopus type thing, but it almost seemed to be made out of light, and it sort of like goes into the air and then dissipates and blows away.
So kind of like body snatchers.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah,
they're in the brains of, they're using our dead corpses as avatars.
And so yeah, so then they slump. Maisie is up next, right? And so let's see. She looks like she's just she's getting in to position. She's hiding up on the step, waiting for the guard to enter the room. So she's readying an action.
I
Then-
taught her well.
Then it's El Toro.
Okay, so El Toro.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, you see the little girl, and it looks like she goes like this. She goes and spits in her hands, and then she starts gripping something like she's gripping an axe to like chop down a tree, and you see. For her as a sword, but for you as like a dagger forms. It looks like sand came together and formed, and then it made a blade. All right,
Don't worry, she does that.
yeah.
Okay, so about what's the distance to the stairs?
To the stairs, it's
Where he's at.
where Maisie's at.
Yeah.
Okay, so now for you, that's 35 feet.
Oh, I thought she was getting to one of the spiral stairs. Okay.
No, she was right there.
Okay, well, I guess I'll go and engage the extremely tall one. So,
So we'll have that, the extremely tall one. Just so the other camera can have a decent view.
okay, and before I start moving over there, I will go ahead and use up a rage.
Okay.
So technically my rage is the rage of the bear, but since I'm a minotaur, that doesn't make as much sense. So it's a bison. You see like my fringe get bigger, my shoulders broaden out. And I charge, well, not charge, because charge is a very specific type of action. I move with great purpose. And I've lost internet connection. Why am I not connected to said internet? Wait, is it gonna go? Okay, I gotta reboot. But I do remember my bonus on this one. It should be an 11. So I will go ahead and try to. Should I try and strike first and then grapple? No, I'm gonna go ahead and grapple. That would be a 27.
And if I remember right, that ignores armor and just goes off of AC, right?
No, it's a opposed check, so they've got to either do it athletics or acrobatics.
Okay, yeah. So what did you get?
I got a 27.
27. And so let's say she got, so I got an 18.
Okay, so she is successfully grappled. I'll use my second attack to try and shove her to the ground.
Mhm.
Same type of thing. Oh, okay. Well, that was an 18.
Well, that's okay because she rolled horribly. I got a combined 8.
Okay.
So you got lucky in that because she's a lot stronger than that. You feel like you caught her off guard. She was expecting like a sword swing, and all of a sudden you were up in her grill.
Mm-hmm. Picking her up and throwing her to the ground.
Yeah, she's ready with her shield to block. Also, she's like, "What the?" All right, so you slam her to the ground. And
Yeah, and I don't think I have any bonus actions that would apply here. I could try and gore her with my horns, but would I do that? No, not yet. She hasn't earned my ire to that point.
Okay. And then after that, is Molly. Oh golly, Miss Molly.
I proceed towards the guards to within 15 feet of them.
Okay, so this guy is wrestling with her off the side. And so do you want the one on
She's prone, by the way.
your left or your right?
Doesn't matter, I just need to be like. In between them, I guess.
Okay, going in between. Okay, so you're in between them, and I had something. Just such an emergency. Because the camera needs to be tilted up a little bit. Okay, so you're in between them.
So I take my newly acquired monk staff and I do a fancy spin above my head and I slam it to the ground. And it enacts the earth wave and knocks them prone. They have to do a dex save.
Yes. Okay, so then we're gonna do overhead. And did I tell you what the deck save was?
16.
Oh, yeah, they didn't get that. Okay.
They're not prone.
Yes, so they're not prone. Oh, they do have something to say about it. Yeah, but since this is a family show, it got edited. But they said something about your mother and the potential source of fathers that you could have. So you do that, and now Maisie was ready to action, and she was waiting. The guard is down. Maisie is now going for the Achilles tendon. You know, she's like, as the guard, you know, also voices some displeasure at Maisie's choice of actions. Now, prone, so the movement is gone, but this one stands up. This one is unable to stand up because of Maisie's actions. And we'll say that's guard number 2. Number 2.
Who's got Dibbler? Are you still carrying him?
I dropped him at the beginning of combat.
Oh, okay. Is that him on the green square behind us ish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so one guard's standing, the other guard is going to try to break free from you, right?
From me?
Yes, because on her action, she gets to try to oppose you.
Yeah.
So, and so she's got a +2, so I got a 21.
Okay. I got a 20, I think. Let me double check. I had to reboot. Because for reasons, it was no longer working.
And Brian, what's your new initiative?
Sorry, 17.
17. Okay.
Having a really hard time playing my character sheets. Maybe I'll just do it on my phone.
Oh, and I forgot I have different music for this I should be using.
Oh, wait, I totally forgot, Gary. My boots let me go first.
Oh, okay, well, you're back to first again.
Does it remember I said I was going to do the boots with the first strike?
Yes.
don't want to get started for free. I want to log in.
All right, so Arlo's doing that. I'm gonna hold off on what she does, and I'm gonna go to the top of the order. Mr. Quinton.
So I'm gonna head right back over to Dibbler and protect him in case some more people come up behind us.
Okay.
You could just put me over there, and I'm just gonna kind of be ready so that I can take first action if anybody comes
Okay.
near.
And I did get a 20, so she beat that. She gets to break free, and she can use her movement to stand if she wants.
So, yeah, she breaks free. She's an amazingly powerful woman, type thing, very, very big. So apparently the doctor did something. You heard a bunch of doors creak open upstairs. Right, and now starting to come down are various different criminally insane people that apparently that corrupt doctor has let loose.
Oh, even better. I'll point him at the door.
So let's see. So you're protecting him, and then we're going to go to Maisie, and let's see. Oh, the guard would have tried to attack Maisie from before, and so let's see. He'll probably attack her with a dagger. So Maisie, because so Maisie takes her first wound.
Oh.
So Maisie gets hurt, and then Maisie is going to attack, but Maisie, he's still, even with that, she's not gonna.
Well, she just have advantage.
Yeah. Well, because he's down, even then she doesn't make it.
Okay.
So let's see. And then Toro.
Okay, I'm gonna
Plus you got your thing from the last time, because you didn't resolve. You were looking up something.
I was just making.
No, you did look it up, and that's right,
Yeah.
you did resolve it.
She stood up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and grab her again. Yeah, not as good. That would be a 19.
So now at 19,
Mhm.
she gets an 11.
Okay. Then I am going to move over to where Maisie is, dragging her with me. So I should be able to drag her 20 feet.
Okay, so you're dragging, so that's about out to there. Yeah.
Suplex off the top stair.
No, I'm going to try and engage the guy that hit Maisie. Which one was it?
That's this guy right here.
The guy that's prone?
Yes, he stabbed at her.
Okay, well,
She hamstrung him, like you said.
he wasn't setting fire to a church. That's not what I said.
Well,
Still,
she didn't hear all of it. She
she selectively chose what she, yes.
yeah, she tuned in at part of it. And
So
understood that.
I'm gonna take a tavern brawler strike swing at him. With advantage. +11 +8, 19.
19 does hit.
Okay, so that does 1d4 +5. So 8 damage.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, when I use Tavern Brawler Strike and hit, I can grapple.
You're gonna grapple 2 people at the same time?
One in each hand.
All right, I'll allow it.
It's the rules.
I mean, he is like Fezzik big.
Yeah, because he's a professional wrestler and stuff like that. That can all be overrated, so that's fine.
So let's see. That would be a 23. Oh, wait, I have advantage because he's prone still. So let's just double check. Still a 23.
So, so what, 23 to hit, or what was it?
So he has to do an opposed check, either athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I got lost. He got a 20. So, yeah,
20 plus.
well, it's a nat 20.
Oh, okay. It's normally a skill check.
Yeah,
So,
but
you
still,
do nat 20s on skills too?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. Not just a hit. Yeah, the nat 20 is your, I win sort of thing. But
But would he be at disadvantage because he's prone?
I'm not sure how that would work with the nat.
No, I had advantage on the attempt to grapple in this case.
Oh, okay.
If he took an action against me, then he would have disadvantage on that roll.
Okay, so there's that, and then it goes to, like, if you're done, then it's Molly.
Mhm.
I have a smoke grenade that I'm
Mhm.
gonna throw over my shoulder to blind us from the criminally insane that are coming from the back end.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, I forgot about that part of my rage.
And then how you figure that out? Cause I'd still be up front towards,
So where'd you throw the grenade?
behind, Q. Is putting that far back,
Well, he's protecting.
okay,
Yeah, it should be kind of right next to. There you
so
go.
like right here.
Over here. Okay. There's still a couple other criminally insane guys.
Yeah, and then, like I said, I was still closer because I had to use my wave up there
Yeah.
and, I will attack the guard that's still standing up.
Okay.
That rolls. 11?
No,
Okay. Wait, big points I can reroll on a 1, right? Plot points,
well, yes, you can buy a reroll with it.
rolling it.
Still not great.
An 8.
Still not great.
You're grounded, you're in gel.
Okay.
Better than a nat 1.
So now the guard goes. And the guard got a natural 20.
Which guard?
I'm having the guards.
The cursed DM die. Or perhaps it's less.
He saw me
Oh, yeah,
do
it
it.
was a nat 20.
Yeah, so anyway,
She's obviously loaded.
so, well, this guard here is attacking Carrie,
Oh,
type thing. So.
I'm still, yeah, grappling those two.
It just, you don't fit well on the stairs. So, and so he's got the, so 14 points of damage, Carrie. And let's see. Let's see, then the other guard. So you're.
I punched him and then tried to grab him.
Yeah, so he sort of tries to stand, but he's limited to a 5-foot step type thing. And though he's mad at you, what did I just do in my T20?
It's right here.
Well, he misses Maisie. He swung for the fences with his sword, but I guess he underestimated her under height and just swung over and just got some loose hair type of thing. So he completely missed. And now you have the other one is going to try to break free. Oh, she makes it. No.
20.
Yeah, so she doesn't manage to break free. Type thing. But she starts calling for, other guards. She's yelling out to them.
Hit her in the head.
And
It's her turn.
and you have the crazy people are starting to make their way.
So as she's walking toward me, I did say I was preparing. The first thing as they're walking towards me, I'm gonna tell them, hey, we're busting out of here, help us out. And if she doesn't turn away, if she keeps coming toward me, then I'm gonna kill her.
Is this the chick in the purple?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
So well, she keeps coming towards you.
They're all corpses.
Mm-hmm.
See, the DM agreed.
And let's see. So she swings. And let's see.
So do I get my prepared attacks and an opportunity attack for her coming into me?
Well, the opportunity attack is when if she's trying to disengage from you.
You're right.
Actually, if she leaves without disengaging.
Oh, yeah, if she leaves without disengaging, but she's coming up to you. So that's not an opportunity attack.
Okay. But I should still get my prepared attacks, right? The ones I was saving?
Yes.
Okay.
Preparing an action takes a full action.
It's fine.
Okay.
So I got a 13 and a 19.
Let's see. The 13 doesn't hit, the 19 does.
So that'd be 14 points with the rapier.
Okay. You stab into this being, but what comes back on your rapier isn't, blood and tissue. It seems to be clay.
Did El Toro see that?
Well, roll a perception for me. If you get let's see, where are you? That's behind you. So I'm gonna say you have to make like a 16 to check that out.
Oh, okay, 21. So
I'll just shout out their constructs.
Yeah, or at least that one is. And so that one makes an attack, and
I'm a 16.
yeah, so the construct is not swinging for you, it's swinging for Dibbler.
Oh no.
Yeah. And so Dibbler, actually, because Dibbler's doesn't have the ability to defend himself. He's just kind of a prone target that would hit. And so she does. Dibbler takes what is it? That was Dibbler takes 12 points of damage in his unconscious form. And now we go that was all the guards. Top of the order to Quentin. Quentin, you feel something invisible pass by your shoulder, it like brushed into you, but it didn't seem to attack you and just kind of moved on.
Can Steve have kind of grabbed it while it was brushing by me?
If you want, you can have Steve make an attempt.
I assume Steve is the construct.
Steve
is
Steve's my cape.
symbiote.
symbiote.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This camera has issues.
So I rolled a natural 13. If we're using my dex bonus, that puts it at 18.
Okay, well, you can grab the thing that's going by. It didn't seem to be attacking you, but you can grab it.
Yeah, whatever it was. If it bumped into me,
Steve grabbed it.
Steve grabbed it.
Yeah. Well, you grab it and it's not happy. You can tell that. And what else are you doing? Because it's your turn.
So having grabbed it,
Yeah.
is it possible to pick it up and throw it at the construct that's trying to kill Dibbler?
Yeah. Make an athletics check. You're gonna have to beat a 16.
Just made it 17.
Okay, so you can throw it at the construct if you want.
Yeah, hopefully knocking them both down in the process. That's the goal anyway.
Well, let's see. Make a. Yeah, you can knock her down.
And then as the move part, I'll just position myself between them and Dibbler.
Okay. Positions yourself between Nibbler, and then it goes Maisie.
What's that one back by the statue?
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, he was just the guy who was gonna show you around. He's
Wait.
like
Oh,
a caretaker.
okay.
You know, so he's not fighting, he's just kind of hiding. Right? So. No, I said it's Maisie. So now Maisie is going to take a swipe at the guy. And she gets, well, she's not gonna hit his AC. Not that he's standing. So Maisie strikes out with that. She tried. El Toro.
Did the
Okay.
invisible thing lose its invisibility?
No, the thing didn't lose its invisibility.
That's impressive.
Okay, so how bad is the one that's like nearest to me in the way of the guards at the door looking?
So this guy
Yeah.
here. Well, that's number 2. So number 2. This one's got Maisie did damage to him. Where did I put it? Oh no, that's guard number 2. No, so he's about halfway along or whatever. So he's taken a punch from you and a couple stabs from Maisie.
Okay. And do I still have the chick grappled?
Well, you do for now.
Well, yeah, I was just
Pile around the pile behind you.
thing is, yeah, that while they're prone, we have advantage to attack them as long as it's not a ranged attack.
Body slam.
I can actually drag her that far, so I'm going to go ahead and just drag her back to where the other two are. Because I got the movement to spare. And I'm going to attack the construct that he already stabbed. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a punch. 14 plus 8. 22.
2, 15. Yeah,
For 7 damage. Then another punch.
Mhm.
17.
17 hit, yes.
Okay. And that would be 8 damage.
Okay.
And then as part of that, I'm going to use my bonus action to grapple the
Okay.
construct. Okay, so that would be 25 to grapple. So that's a post check.
Well, he's got a 2. And then he had a bonus on that. He might, yeah, he's.
Okay, so I've got them both grappled, which means their movement is reduced to 0. So they have to break the grapple to move. Okay, and I'm done.
Okay. So then Molly.
I will try to take out the candlestick lady.
Do you want to go for the butcher, the baker, or the candlestick?
Candlestick.
Mhm.
Remember, focused fire fells foes.
17, go ahead.
17 hits.
I'm just gonna do all my attacks on her.
At least the one in the straitjacket won't be too much trouble.
So only 2 of them hit. And then I'll roll for damage.
Who knows? Maybe the one in the straitjacket is trained in the ancient Scottish martial art.
It's a straitjacket martial art.
No, it's from So I Married an Axe Murderer, but I don't want to say it because it's a family-friendly recording.
Oh,
But it mostly involves headbutting and then kicking them while they're down.
I showed Mandy that movie on the weekend.
Yes. She mentioned that. I'm like, finally, you've seen it.
$34.
okay. So that's the candlestick, lady. But you basically whatever you do, this one bleeds. She's not a construct, type thing. So she's kind of angry now.
Really insane.
Yes. So I'm going to start with her. She's going to take 2 swings at you, and they're both misses. This one here is going to come down and engage with you. So 16, what's your AC?
16.
Okay, so I'm gonna do tie goes to the defender. So that misses you. This guy is gonna attack Maisie. And he gets a nat 20.
It's way more than 5% of the time.
Right.
So Maisie goes down. Right.
Stell's gonna be so upset with you.
Yeah. And so then the guard tries to sure everyone can see it, breaks So yeah, even unless you roll really low, I don't think she's gonna break free.
Well, I have an 11 to start with.
Well, you could still roll a 1,
Nope, I rolled a 20.
So okay, so that doesn't happen. She's run into a real bout of bad luck with you guys. The Steve senses that invisible girl. She's trying to make another run for the door. Or the invisible thing.
If she's running away, I'm gonna let her.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, because since she's running away, I was gonna allow attack of opportunity if you wanted, but she doesn't seem to be engaging. See, she seems to be trying to book it.
Yeah, if she's just trying to get out of there, I'm not here to stop that.
Yeah. So you have this clay.
Clay thing is restrained.
The clay thing is restrained.
Yeah, I'm holding it.
Oh, yeah, so, what do I got? I got the candlestick lady, but she's already missed. I have these people, they're kind of wandering around a bit in smoke. I'm not quite sure what's going on.
This feels like the scene from Batman Begins.
Then it goes back to Quentin.
All right.
Focused fire fells foes.
No, it says fireballs.
No,
she
focused
just
fires,
means
and everyone attacks the same thing.
Oh,
person.
okay.
So, Mr. Quentin, what do you want?
I'm debating what the better course of action is, to either continue pounding on this clay thing or to pick Dibbler up and try and make for the door.
You have advantage on the clay thing. If you kill it, then I'll pick Dibbler up and make for the door.
That sounds like a plan. Let's do that.
Okay.
I love having advantage because it gives me sneak attack dice.
I have to pull out a dagger, but there's nothing that I can do barehanded that gets me sneak attack. Not even my horns.
And Dibbler seems to be starting to wake up.
Yay.
Oh, good. Then maybe I won't have to throw him outside. I was looking at those grates at the back of this hallway. I wonder how sturdy those are.
All right, so I had a 21 and a 26.
I'd go with the 26.
No, that's my 2 attacks.
I'm joking.
Yeah, well, that works, especially on, someone who's grappled and prone.
I was going to say do max damage, but that's been ruined because my son-in-law played a wizard named Max Damage in our last campaign. He was prone to fireballs in closed spaces.
We had one of those.
Yeah, we did. I don't know how many times I talked to him. Oh, and did you give me the damage, Brian, or?
He's still calculating it.
Oh, okay. Well, sometimes the mic gets muted or something, and
Yeah, sorry, I was adding up. That's a lot of dice. That works out to 44
Okay.
Between the 2 attacks?
together. Yeah, combined.
Okay.
So that's 58. That's more than the golem had. The golem stops moving.
Excellent.
Sweet.
Okay. Just so I don't get confused, I'm taking the golem off the board.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Same thing. And then Maisie's not doing anything except for basically bleeding out. Then El Toro.
El Toro grabs the somewhat conscious
Dibbler.
yes, thank you. Dibbler-esque being.
Mm-hmm.
And he moves 20 feet towards the entrance.
Towards the entrance.
Yes, dragging Dibbler and the lady, the tall lady.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to throw the tall lady at the guards in the door. So let's see. I have something here where I can throw.
Yeah, it's the lady. You already said.
Yeah. No, I mean, I have an ability that will help with this even more. Is it under features and traits? I think it was. the bear. Oh, maybe it was the bear. Carrying capacity is doubled, and you have advantage on strength checks made to push, pull, lift, or break objects. It's not really an object. But I also just have advantage on athletics when engaging, so I guess double advantage really wouldn't do me a lot of good. I'm going to throw her. And 18 plus 11, that's 29 to throw her at the 2 cards.
Okay, and I guess she gets opposed in a athletics check, correct?
This isn't really a grapple. This is the throw. I would think it would be a dex save maybe to make it so she doesn't land hard. Because she's still grappled. It's not like she ever escaped the grapple. So we're past that.
Okay. That's true. Well, she doesn't do great on the dex save, so and you're throwing her at one of them, or you're trying to get both.
I'm trying to hit both of them, knock them down so that there's, opportunity for others to. Yeah.
Well, let's see how they do. One got a 5, and the other one got a 14. And what did you get?
18 plus 11, that's 29.
So you knocked them both down.
Okay. And then with my, I guess that was an action on an attack. Well, where would that land? Was throwing her an attack action or just a regular action?
Action, yeah.
You have 10% left on this. Oh, by the way.
Do I? Okay, well, I have a change.
I'll grab Maisie. Let's just get out of here
Okay,
before that smoke dissipates.
Yeah, I'm thinking of throwing Dibbler out the door now.
He's already taken some damage.
Oh, good point. Okay.
But Gary did say that he's starting to wake up, so maybe next round he'll be able to stand on his own.
Okay. And then is there anyone within range of me right now? As in opponents?
Maybe Invisible Girl, but I might be the only one that knows about her.
I don't know that she's an opponent. She has not taken any overt violent actions. So. Okay, let me see if I have any bonus actions that might apply, but I don't think I. Dash action. Nope, okay, I'm done.
Yeah. Can I use my bonus to move over there and try and pick up Maisie?
The bonus is a move action through all this. I would say
I didn't really move. All I did was kill the clay thing.
all right, I'll allow it so you can move over to grab Maisie.
Yeah, and I'll pick her up because she's, so tiny. And for the moment, I'll have Steve try and wrap around wherever she's bleeding, sort of like a bandage to at least kind of stop her bleeding out.
And you as you go up to the door, you can see you have a welcome wagon starts to form outside of the town guard.
Thank God you guys are here.
So
maybe I should say thank Anu.
yeah, so escape is starting to look chances starting to look kind of slim.
At the back of this hall, those 2 windows, is
Yeah.
that just like stained glass windows or is it something else? And it just,
No,
'cause I
they're
know you're not going to print a new model for every game.
yeah, no, it's an insane asylum. So they are like steel bars type thing, but like anything else, is a certain, like if you want to try to break it, there is attempts that can be made, or if you have any specialized equipment for it. So now I lost. Okay, so either that, so it's Molly's turn. Right? Did we already do you, Molly?
Nope.
nope,
I got distracted because of the phone.
that's all right. It's our plan of attack, Toro.
It was to get out and then book it, but now there's people out there,
Yeah.
so. kick everyone out and fortify the place, take it as our own castle? No? Okay.
Yeah, but then we got to deal with all the nut jobs in there.
Well, we'll just send them out to collect taxes.
We've made you all IRS agents.
Can I attempt to tie up the candlestick maker?
Did you knock her down? I forget.
I have not yet.
Then, no, she's still you'd have to try to grapple and all that other stuff and
Okay.
subdue and.
I'll try to grapple then. You help me.
Yes, so it's a strength or athletics check.
Okay.
That's probably not gonna do it because she gets to oppose with either athletics or acrobatics.
I rolled pretty decently, so.
All right.
You didn't grapple her.
All right, but I get a bonus attack, right? So I can try again.
Could you,
I have-
yes.
No, that wouldn't be your bonus attack because that's only one. You get 2 attack actions, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so you still have your bonus. The grapple counts as one of your 2 attacks.
okay,
So you did another grapple attempt.
yeah.
Yeah.
Failed, and then I'm gonna spend a key point and try again.
Well, I have to pose each one type thing. And so.
I-
Well, what is your bonus for
3,
3? Because,
So she had an 8 on that last one.
well, the
Level.
middle one actually, works as a grab, but then you fail to subdue.
okay,
So you just have your hand on her, basically.
Well,
Um,
the person's still grappled. They're just not,
they're not subdued.
yeah,
yeah.
they're not prone.
Well, yeah, so I
It's
sort of
okay.
said the same thing, yeah.
Keep going.
So,
I'm done.
so
I have 2 dice in jail.
Then it goes to the guards. And the guards say. Lay down your weapons. And lay on the ground. Otherwise, when we come in, we'll use deadly force. And they have a couple of wizards with them that seem to be preparing spells and things like that. Let's see, those guards got knocked down. So this guard's we're gonna try to stand up. But they're not moving anywhere. You got Maisie. So the guards,
Not the back.
the guards for now are just setting up perimeter. And type thing, and then who has Dibbler?
I still have Dibbler, but he's supposedly regaining consciousness, so I was hoping I could let go of him soon.
So he's he wakes up and he's like, "Hey mates, what's all the spot and bother going on?"
We're in the city of Port Crystal. You've been captured and detained. You know all the exits. How do we get out here?
Oh, that limey warden person of whatever you call of this hospital or whatever has a secret exit behind his desk.
Let's head that way.
It's actually upstairs,
Guide us now.
and so
Perfect, let's go.
you're gonna have to help him. He can't fully walk type thing, but he guides you upstairs to one of the to the office, and basically behind a painting, there's a really tight staircase that you follow down, and it leads basically out to the river, and there's a small boat that's waiting at the dock there.
It was waiting for us.
Well, it seemed the Dibbler is like, well, it seemed to have been sort of the escape route in case the nut jobs ever got loose. He was gonna let them kill off all his staff
and then try to make his way to his escape boat.
El Toro looks at the other two companions. El Toro had discounted the danger of the inmates at this place, but perhaps if they are as dangerous as it seems, we should set fire to it as we leave.
I want Molly's reaction to that. Oh, she's unconscious. Dang it.
Molly?
Not Molly, Maisie.
Oh,
I get my own character mixed up with Maisie.
Speaking of that, Molly, you wouldn't happen to have any of those healing potions we had from way back when left over, do you?
No, but I have a vial of lava
what?
I don't think that'll help.
and a vial of acid.
Well, it depends on what you're trying to help with. El Toro's goal of burning the place down, should we decide on that action, lava would indeed help.
Yeah,
All right, so I'm gonna mumble a little thing to myself, and I'm gonna dig around in the Kender pouch and hope that maybe there's something that'll help heal Maisie in there.
All right. So we'll say you have to. Where might D20 go? Okay, so okay, roll and tell me what you get. Just roll a 20.
What's that?
Just roll a 20 and tell me what number you get.
18.
Oh, okay. Because you had to roll between 18 and 19. And so you actually get a healing potion.
Oh, sweet. I'll pop the cork and feed it to Maisie.
So it's so she's gonna wake up slowly. It's enough to stabilize her. There's your guy. And so you guys go to get in your raft, and you can hear the guards all running all through the halls of the asylum. And just as you start to cast off and your boat starts to go, you feel something jump in your boat with you, and it jumps behind, type thing. But it doesn't seem to be attacking. It's just sort of sitting.
I'm not gonna wait for it to attack or not. I'm gonna twirl around and try and grab it.
Mm-hmm.
So I have advantage and disadvantage, so I guess that just means it's the normal roll. 18 to grab.
You do manage to grab it,
Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and force it to sit down.
Show yourself, girl.
That would be 26 to push down, sit,
Yeah.
and then we don't know it's a girl, do we? Do we know it's a girl?
Steve seems to think that it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Steve thinks it's a girl, and it is a girl. So it's
That's why I said that. So I was hoping it would shock her into something.
it's not very. It's not like a large person, like when you're fighting the really tall guard type thing. It's just a normal size. Maybe she's 5'6" or so,
Okay.
type thing. She's wiggling around a little bit, but she's not like pulling a knife. She's not stabbing. She's just wiggling. So you guys set sail down the river, and eventually guards make it around the institution and see, and they're like, they're going down the river, but you got a little bit of a lead, and it's a fast moving river.
Can I use a stealth check to see if I can make us not, be seen?
How are you gonna do that in a boat?
Bundled up reeds held behind us.
Listen, roll if you can pull off a nat 20. You ripped up a bush or something and you're holding it. I don't see where they went. There's just that bush floating down the river.
Oh, I got a nat 3 instead.
No. So now you guys are going down the river, and you have your invisible captive.
Yep. I repeat myself. Show yourself, girl, or you're going over stuff.
She goes, I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I mean, I can't. I just woke up one day like this.
And El Toro, you almost see a light bulb go on over his head. I believe in you. Because belief,
Yeah.
Mhm. And so
Molly, you don't have any flour, do you, for cooking?
Um,
I got some brewer supplies, so I'd probably have some hops and yeast, but not much.
I have some beeswax candles.
okay, out of
That's
character,
not
guys.
well.
We're in a river. There's mud.
Yeah, but we'd have to stop and get the mud. I'm thinking of just some
Instant.
kind of powder we can sprinkle over so we can see her at least.
Oh, I have that breastplate of detection.
We could sprinkle water on her. It should cling to her hair.
Oh, that's right. The breastplate that makes everybody look at you, right?
Yep. So I'm gonna.
Wait, what?
Can
Why?
you put that on? Will that work?
well, you put it on and basically you get an outline of her. She's like transparent, like she's made out of glass.
Hey, that's better than nothing. And maybe it'll even make her happy if she's upset that she can't be
You see.
visible.
So Dibbler makes faulty items, and so I bought a breastplate of detection that when you wore it, made everyone actually see you instead of avoid you.
He went to a wizard school and got kicked out because someone stole his discovery type thing. And so he never finished his training. But he's kept it in with the students, and the students who make magic items, but they're
Of questionable value.
Well, yeah, they
Failed
fail.
student.
He buys the students who got the Fs and
The
Ds and
experiments.
things like this. And then he sells them. Plus, he also makes some of his own. He never finished his schooling. He had great potential, but he knows enough to get himself in trouble.
Okay.
I bought a mug of Hold My Beer.
I have a ring of kernel that calls forth all the chickens within a 20-mile radius.
I don't know if you've played Zelda Breath of the Wild, but that could be deadly.
Right, that's why I bought it from him.
And so, yeah, he sells all these things, but he also sells meat byproduct pies.
Real meat.
You know, they're meat.
Real meat byproduct.
Yeah, he says, well, it's meat adjacent. It was near something that was meat.
It's like American cheese. It's a process, current tense, cheese product. Why isn't the process done?
And he because I described him as so he's selling these meat products, but there's no flies on him like you see flying around and bothering other people, especially ones who are selling food. And then you figure it out after talking to him for a few minutes. They wouldn't dare land on him. He would charge them rent.
Okay, so back to the girl of questionability.
Yes.
So why were you in the asylum?
They insisted I must have did this to myself, that I did it to be a thief or something. But you know, I was just trying to get food to survive. No one hires the invisible girl to be a waitress or a cook or a seamstress. Nobody trusts you. Everyone thinks you're doing something. I was starving to death.
Have you thought of offering your services to lawyers?
No, I haven't. The only thing I was able to do is I just stole food for survive. I wasn't even like breaking into people's houses or anything.
Can you write?
Like words?
Yes.
No.
We shall train you in this skill. Then you will be useful for lawyers.
Yet another outcast. It sounds like we found a new one. A new member of That's
Yep.
Belladonna's.
Yep.
Invisible girl.
Yeah. So yeah, she's
So before
invisible.
before I pass judgment, I'm gonna use my orb of divination and ask it if this girl is a danger to us.
Good call.
Hold on, wait, that's not fair, okay? If you ask it if we're a danger to us, it will give you a definitive yes.
So as far as that goes, no, the girl doesn't like,
There's no malice.
yeah, so your orbit divination gives answers like, yes or no or whatever, and it just says no.
Perfect. All right.
We are Mike.
I'll trust her then.
Yeah.
Sick.
And after talking to her, yeah, she wasn't trying to attack you. She was trying to get out the door. And then finally, when you let her get out the door, all of a sudden there's guards all over the place, and there's wizards and things like that. And the wizards how they were able to find her before, So then she started going the other way, and then saw you, and followed you. Figured hopefully you knew a way out because she wasn't going out the front door, and she just followed you down the steps. She went in the boat, and she was like, "Oh, okay." She jumped in the boat.
So I'll apologize for throwing her at the construct and ask if she's hurt.
She says she's fine, that they treated her a lot rougher than you did.
Okay.
What's your name?
Her name is. Is thought I had a good name for her. It's on my other sheet.
Violet.
Just come up with a new one.
Yeah, so we'll say she's Violet.
I like Violet.
Okay.
Violet's a good name.
Yes. And so that
Or maybe you can find a place with us, Violet. We are all outcasts and such.
Except for me. I am El Toro Gigante. You may call me El Toro. I hand her one of my trading cards.
and she's like,
Oh, and my Cape Billows.
Oh, she gets kind of excited because she didn't recognize you at first with all the running and killing and everything that was going on, but she saw you wrestle before. She's actually a fan. And so her ability is because normally if you're invisible and you attack or this or that, there's different things that can break it.
Mhm.
Like no matter what she does, she doesn't become invisible, type thing.
On the other hand, it's very difficult to buy a hot dog.
Yes, it's very difficult to buy a hot dog. Yeah, so yeah, she's completely invisible no matter what you do to her, type thing. Now, the breastplate sort of just outlined her, type thing, but it didn't even bring her back, type thing. If you throw flour on her, like to give an example, she'll be outlined for a second, and then all of a sudden the flour will be invisible.
So what we actually need to do, okay, this is out of character and El Toro would never actually suggest this. We need to cover her in manure so that the flies will just hover around her, making a silhouette of her.
I have
No.
the stain inflictor that I bought from Dibbler.
The
The what?
stain inflictor.
Sting inflictor. Is it kind of like the shrink gun from Mystery Men?
Stain stick that's gone wrong.
Instead of shout, it's named Whisper.
Yeah, but do you want to stay there permanently?
No, but
She's not attacking you.
when he asked me if I had anything,
Yeah,
I could have used that, but I like that I use the breastplate of detection. That works out well. Cause now she has an option.
I say we let her keep it if she wants to.
Yep.
so now this Dibbler is not your Dibbler, but he has Dibbler's memories.
Yep.
Type thing. Obviously, he knew the escape route for this place.
Yeah.
And everything. Type thing.
Oh, how perfect. I didn't even notice.
Oh yeah, that is perfect. Oh, well, let me do that so he can see it. So that was the dice bag that I let him borrow.
Nice.
Toro. So
Dibbler, do you know what happened to your body?
well, I don't remember that being my body, but you all pointed at I'm talking Southern, he's supposed to be sort of British.
Ah,
Right, those limey bastards, you pointed them out to me. They took my body. So all of a sudden weird things start happening, the city starts disappearing and all. But I knew there was a way out through this old tunnel system when they used to sneak slaves out of the city. And I wondered, did it go down deep enough to get past this magic or whatever the city, was, holding us all there, And so I went down it and I popped up and I was out and I turned around and the city is gone. I mean, it's all gone, everything. So I took off out of there and I tried to do my I keep doing Southern, but whatever. I try to do my civic duty and I try to warn people and try to tell them, next thing you know, I'm getting locked up. It's I usually try to avoid authority types, but I figured someone needs to know this was serious and people could really get hurt.
Maybe we should change your name for the time being until we find your body.
Well, I suppose you're right, miss. It's gonna affect my business,
Mm.
Oh, they got my bag with all my magic items and my meat pies.
I understand that you occasionally pursue magical arts, but don't really dive as deep as regular wizards. Is this correct?
Well, I dabbled.
Dabbler seems like it would be a good alternative name.
Done.
And then Maisie's like, that guard killed me. I was dead.
Well, you were unconscious. You weren't dead.
And you guys gave me the potion and you resurrected me.
We healed you.
And so did you see my ghost?
I assure you, child, no ghost left your body that was visible to any of us.
We'll have Ethel explain it to you. She's the medical person.
But just remember how much it hurt when those guards stabbed you, and remember that that's why we tell you to hold back and be careful.
Also remember that when you stab others, it also hurts.
And
Just
that's
like
why we
that.
do.
Another fortune cookie?
All right.
There's a Family Guy episode where the guy's in prison and he's like talking about stabbing the whole time, and finally, ow, I do that to people? I belong here.
All right, so that was the side quest. You freed the second dibbler out of the insane asylum,
Dabbler.
dabbler, and you got the you also got an invisible girl. Apparently, what happened was Anu had some of her people infiltrate the asylum and was just going to lobotomize him, type thing, and then just kind of eliminate,
Those who
that
know.
problem. Yeah.
Instead, I lobotomized them.
Yes.